the law of sowing and reaping. As we journey through life, we often hope only for good and beautiful experiences. Yet at times, deep sorrow or distress can overwhelm us. In truth, many of these hardships grow out of wrong thoughts and poor choices we have planted earlier, which eventually bear fruit in our lives. Still, we tend to forget this and blame God, asking why He allows such sorrow and suffering. The reason many people fall into complaints and resentment during such times is because, although they say they trust God, their hearts are not fully entrusted to Him in genuine faith. Faith is not just about being thankful when life is peaceful and good. True faith shines when we can still give thanks and praise in the middle of trials and persecution. Even when sorrow or distress comes, without being caused by our own mistakes, we should not let resentment and complaints take hold of our hearts. Instead, we must trust the God who gives good things and remain firm in faith. God does not allow us to go through pain because He is powerless. Rather, He sometimes places us in such situations to refine us, to train us, or to help us discover what true gratitude and true faith really mean. Whatever the reason, we must remember that God's hand is at work. This is why Psalm 50 verse 23 says, "He who offers thanksgiving as his sacrifice glorifies me." How precious must it be to God when we offer thanks and praise, not only in good times, but also in the midst of sorrow and hardship. Such gratitude is not based on today's circumstances. It belongs to those who have faith to look toward tomorrow and to trust the God who is already there in our future. Strangely enough, when we manage to give thanks, even in the middle of deep sorrow and suffering, that very sorrow is often transformed into joy. The ashes of grief are exchanged for a crown of beauty. Looking back on my own life, I have seen that complaining and resenting in situations I could not control never solved anything. But when I chose to give thanks and glorify God despite my circumstances, my sorrow turned into joy and my distress into delight. That is why people say that suffering is often an invitation to blessing. Many times God sends us an invitation in the form of hardship before blessing us. For those who accept that invitation and bring their trials before Him, He transforms their suffering into blessings, doubling their joy. Just as the darkest night makes us long for and cherish the sunrise, a little hardship can make the joy that follows shine even brighter. In the same way, our sorrow and distress, when mixed with gratitude, bring forth even greater sweetness and joy in life. So when sorrow and distress come upon us, we must remember God, who is working even through those hardships. And we must not forget this. Complaints and resentment restrain God's power, while thanksgiving releases it. Therefore, my hope is that in your life, the deep experiences of faith, where sorrow and distress are transformed into gratitude and joy, will overflow abundantly.
구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정 해주세요. Subscribe, like, set notifications.